So over the last decade or so, there's been a new trend that has involved artists creating new versions of movie posters. So I don't know if you've seen any of these, but they take a classic movie and then kind of re-envision the movie poster in their own unique way. And sometimes it's an homage to a particular scene, or sometimes it's just a different, I guess, vision of the movie. That's usually kind of done in a graphic design way. They're not typical like you see now where they're like pictures and stuff, but they're very interesting. Actually, I have two of them hanging in my house now. So the first one, actually both of them are for the movie The Graduate, but the first one is done by an artist called Tomer Hanukkah. And his poster captures Dustin Hoffman as Benjamin Braddock floating in the family pool with his parents tending to the grill. So this isn't a scene that takes place exactly as the poster depicts, but he does float in the pool, and then there's an interaction between him and his dad about how his life isn't going anywhere. And the second poster is the one I'm actually more interested in. This one is done by an artist named Anne Benjamin. And you can clearly see why I'm interested in this particular poster, and that is because it has the bus, or my bus now, that was used in the movie The Graduate, depicted in this scene. So in addition to having the one that's hanging up in the house that was framed, I also bought some backups just in case, I guess. There actually are two versions of this poster. There's the one that you see here, the one that's hanging in my house, which has the color of the bus is the same as the color that's in the movie. And then, as they do with a lot of these alternative movie posters, they create a alternative version of that. There's like a second pressing, if you will, and that has some sort of color variation to it, is the first one. And so for her, she ended up going with a kind of this light baby blue, which I doubt that she knew it at the time, but that's very similar to the color that the bus was originally when Santa Monica used it during the time of this filming. So that's a nice little coincidence, if you will. So let's take a look at the poster. I'll kind of pull it out here. Finally, I got this thing kind of laid out. So I apologize for the setup that I have. The poster's got quite a bit of a curl to it being stored, and it's a nice, thick, heavy paper, so it doesn't lay flat after it's been curled up now for a couple of months. But anyway, so, but it gives you a good sense of some of the details on this. You know, there's a nice styling here, implies like brush strokes and all this, and from what I've gathered, and I'll share some of the excerpts, she did a video about creating this poster, but it's all digital, and she's able to kind of create this styling that gives a sense of like brush strokes are used, or other little artistic aspects to it. So it's very nicely done. I do love the detail of the rivets up here, just kind of reminding you that this is the back of the bus, and so this doesn't exactly capture the scene. She added one of these, I believe, is the mother I think it's of Anne Bancroft's character in there, but whatever. Let me let her speak for that. Again, this little excerpt from a video that she put on her Instagram.
A lot of the other posters had focused on the affair, which rightly so. But I also loved the end of the movie where they're on the bus and he has this great shot of all the passengers are just kind of dumbfounded and staring at them. Some of them look angry because they know something weird just happened. And I was thinking about kind of putting in some characters that weren't actually on the bus, like the parents, and maybe even Mrs. Robinson and her husband. And And initially I had it as this kind of vertical format. Then I decided to kind of change the format to like a horizontal thing. And then eventually I had the pulled out and had the bus kind of windows act as a framework. Here are some of the initial character sketches that I did. Those are the parents, like with the sunglasses and her swimming cap that I kind of just turned into a regular hat. So the sketch ended up being something like this. Initially, I had him just looking with his back, with none of his face showing, and then Nauttilus came back and wanted to show his face, partly because they had the rights to the likenesses on this, and they wanted to show, Dustin Hoffman, and that was a good decision. Here's like the initial sketch I sent to Nauttilus, and then, like I said, they asked to have more of a bit of his profile in there, so that's kind of what we ended up sending to StudioCanal for approval. And once we got it, then I started kind of refining all the drawings.
And here's the alternative coloring for the poster. So I guess it isn't quite as blue. In the pictures of this poster online, it does look like it has more of a bluish tint to it, but here it's more of a gray, I guess. There's still a little bit of blue, similar to the other poster in the brush marks, which I guess kind of are for her veil, as it was in the original one, but everything's the same about it. It's just the coloring. So the two main actresses, they have, kind of this reddish tint to them. So it's a nice variation with it. I'm still more interested in the other one because that's the color that mimics the coloring of the bus that was actually used in the movie. But it gives a good alternative if someone wants to have this poster and maybe the coloring of the room, it just matches better. Who knows why? Everybody's got different reasons why they like things. So there you go. So there's kind of the alternative one as well. So there you have it. There's the movie poster that has the graduate bus in it, or now my bus in it. It's something that I'll always enjoy seeing hanging on the walls in our house. It was a real thrill to find, and it was nice that the artist Anne Benjamin was nice enough to give me a little more background into the work that she did for this. So anyway, so there you go. So if you're interested, she still has some for sale on her website that you can track down. Now, actually, I'll just link that in the description of this video if you're interested. And there you go. So thanks for watching. Until next time.